Evening descends. You switch on the telly. A familiar glow washes over you. Comforting, isn't it? But what if this digital hearth, this window to the world, is more insidious than it seems? What if, instead of reflecting reality, it's crafting it? We invite you to join us on a journey down the rabbit hole of modern media. Our destination, the heart of the grand simulation. Fasten your seatbelts, dear viewers. Things are about to get meta. Today, entertainment is on demand. A universe of content curated just for you. Algorithms track your every click, your every pause, your every rewatch. They promise a personalized experience, but at what cost? Are we truly in control of our choices, or are we being nudged subtly and relentlessly towards a pre-programmed reality? Consider this: the shows you binge, the characters you root for, the narratives that grip you. They all shape your perceptions, your beliefs, your very understanding of the world. But who decides what you see? Who writes the algorithms that dictate your digital diet? These are the questions we must confront. Every film, every series, every carefully crafted documentary is a filtered lens. A constructed reality curated through the perspectives of writers, directors and editors. This is not inherently bad, of course. Stories have the power to move us, to educate us, to connect us. But we must remember they are interpretations, not unvarnished truths. As we consume these narratives, we inevitably absorb the biases, the assumptions, the worldviews embedded within them. Our understanding of love, of justice, of success, of entire cultures and communities is molded by these second-hand experiences. Now, before we delve deeper into this digital hall of mirrors, let's take a moment to understand the profound journey that has led us here. Let's turn back the clock to a time when the digital age was but a distant dream, a mere glimmer in the eyes of visionaries. Let's consult the wisdom of those who saw the writing on the wall long before the advent of streaming, social media and the omnipresent internet. Marshall McLuhan, the media theorist who famously declared the medium is the message, was one such visionary. He warned us about the transformative power of technology, a force so potent that it could alter the very fabric of our reality. He argued that each new medium reshapes our senses, our thoughts, and ultimately our society. The television, the radio, and now the internet each has left an indelible mark on human consciousness. Neil Postman, another insightful critic, echoed this sentiment with a sense of urgency and concern. He cautioned against the dangers of surrendering our attention to the siren song of entertainment, a distraction that could lead to the erosion of critical thinking. He feared a world where profound thought is drowned out by the cacophony of amusement, where the pursuit of knowledge is overshadowed by the quest for instant gratification. Their words, once considered radical, now ring with an unsettling prescience, a foresight that seems almost prophetic in today's digital landscape. The unsettling prescience of their predictions is a testament to their deep understanding of media's potential impact on society. We are, as they predicted, living in a world increasingly shaped by the media we consume, a world where the lines between reality and virtuality blur. Our daily lives, our thoughts, and even our identities are influenced by the endless stream of information and entertainment that flows through our screens. The media we consume not only reflects our society but also shapes it in profound ways. From the early days of print to the rise of digital media, each evolution has brought with it new challenges and opportunities. The digital age in particular has revolutionized the way we communicate, learn and interact with the world. Social media platforms have connected us in ways previously unimaginable, creating a global village where information travels at the speed of light. Yet this connectivity comes with its own set of complexities and dilemmas. The sheer volume of information available at our fingertips can be overwhelming, leading to information overload and digital distraction. In this sea of data, discerning truth from falsehood becomes a daunting task. Our digital footprints, the traces we leave behind as we navigate the online world, raise significant privacy concerns. Every click, every like, every share is a piece of data that can be tracked, analysed and potentially exploited. As we continue to embrace the digital age, it is crucial to consider the ethical implications of our media consumption. Media creators and consumers alike bear a responsibility to foster a digital environment that promotes truth, respect and understanding. The future of media is an ever-evolving landscape, one that will undoubtedly bring new innovations and challenges. As we navigate this digital hall of mirrors, let us remember the wisdom of those who came before us and strive to create a media landscape that enriches our lives and our society. In this reflective journey through the profits of the pixel, we find not just a history of media, but a roadmap for the future. A future where we can harness the power of media to build a more informed, connected, and thoughtful world. Let us move forward with hope and determination, knowing that the media we create and consume today will shape the world of tomorrow. The prophets of the pixel have shown us the way. It is up to us to follow their guidance and make wise choices in our digital age. McLuhan's assertion that the medium is the message might sound cryptic at first, but bear with us. He wasn't just being clever with words, his point was profound. He argued that every medium, from the printed word to the television, has inherent biases. These biases shape how we process information and how we understand the world around us. Think about it. A story told through a tweet will be fundamentally different from a story told through a novel. The limitations and possibilities of each medium dictate the content and its impact. So, when we talk about the grand simulation of streaming services, we must consider the inherent biases of the digital medium itself. The way it fragments our attention, the way it prioritizes instant gratification, the way it creates echo chambers of information. Now let's revisit Neil Postman's warning about the dangers of entertainment. In his seminal work, Amusing Ourselves to Death, he paints a bleak picture of a future where serious discourse is sacrificed at the altar of amusement. He argues that a culture obsessed with entertainment becomes infantilized, incapable of critical thinking or meaningful engagement with complex issues. Sound familiar? Look around you. We are bombarded with endless streams of content designed to keep us clicking, watching, and most importantly, passively consuming. The line between information and entertainment has blurred beyond recognition. News is presented as spectacle, politics as reality TV. We are, as Postman feared, amusing ourselves to death. Postman's concerns echo the dystopian visions of Aldous Huxley, who in his novel Brave New World imagined a future where people are controlled not through fear and oppression, but through pleasure and distraction. In Huxley's dystopia, citizens are pacified by a steady stream of entertainment manufactured by the state to keep them docile and unquestioning. Now, we're not suggesting that streaming services are some Orwellian tool of government control, but we must acknowledge the parallels. The algorithms that curate our feeds, the content that fills our screens, they are all designed to keep us engaged, to keep us consuming, and perhaps to keep us from questioning the nature of the reality being presented to us. Now, let's step further into the theoretical labyrinth. Let's consider the work of Jean Baudrillard, the French philosopher who gave us the concept of simulacra and simulation. Baudrillard argued that, in our postmodern world, the lines between reality and simulation have become increasingly blurred. We live in a world of hyper-reality where images and signs have replaced authentic experiences. Think about it, how much of your understanding of the world comes from direct lived experience, and how much comes from mediated representations, from television, from films, from the internet. For many of us, the simulated world of media has become more real, more immediate than the world outside our windows. Now, you might be thinking, so what? It's just entertainment. It's not like I believe everything I see on TV. And you'd be right to a point. But here's the thing, even if we consciously recognize that something is fiction, it still affects us. We still laugh, we still cry, we still feel a surge of adrenaline when the hero triumphs or the villain plots their revenge. These simulated experiences trigger real emotions, shape our perceptions and influence our behavior, often in ways we don't even realize. We internalize the values, the beliefs, the desires presented to us, blurring the line between the simulated and the real even further. And let's not forget the role of algorithms in all of this. These invisible gatekeepers curate our feeds, suggest what to watch next, and shape our digital realities. They analyze our every click, every pause, every rewatch, building a sophisticated profile of our preferences and predicting our desires. On the surface, this might seem like a good thing. After all, who doesn't want a personalized viewing experience tailored to their specific tastes? But the danger lies in the echo chamber effect. As algorithms feed us more of what we already like, our worldviews become increasingly narrow, our perspectives increasingly limited. So here we stand, dear viewers, on the precipice of the hyperreal. Surrounded by screens, bombarded by images, our realities curated by algorithms designed to keep us engaged, to keep us consuming. But at what cost? Are we losing ourselves in this digital funhouse mirror? Our perceptions warped by the distorted reflections? Are we, as Baudrillard suggests, becoming increasingly detached from the real, adrift in a sea of simulacra, unable to distinguish between the authentic and the artificial? These are the unsettling questions we must confront as we navigate the grand simulation of the digital age. Let's step out of the theoretical clouds for a moment, shall we? Let's ground our exploration in the tangible. Think about the trends that grip our world seemingly overnight. Remember the Ice Bucket Challenge? Millions filmed themselves getting drenched in icy water, all in the name of charity. A noble cause amplified by the viral nature of social media and the power of streaming platforms. Or consider the meteoric rise of certain fashion trends fueled by influencers on platforms like Instagram and TikTok. Suddenly everyone's wearing neon bucket hats or oversized sunglasses. These examples demonstrate the undeniable influence of streaming and social media on our collective behavior. But they also raise a crucial question. Are we truly making these choices independently, or are we being subtly swayed by the currents of the digital stream? The lines between fiction and reality blur even further when we consider the impact of fictional narratives on real-world events. True crime documentaries, for instance, have exploded in popularity in recent years. These shows often delve into the darkest corners of human behavior, leaving viewers both captivated and disturbed. But there's a growing concern that this constant exposure to true crime content might be desensitizing us to violence or even inspiring copycat crimes. While it's difficult to establish a direct causal link, the possibility of fictional narratives influencing real-world behavior is certainly a chilling thought, isn't it? Now let's revisit the concept of the echo chamber, a phenomenon amplified by the algorithms that curate our online experiences. These algorithms, designed to keep us engaged and consuming, often feed us more of what we already agree with, reinforcing our existing biases and limiting our exposure to diverse perspectives. This can lead to a dangerous polarization of opinions, where people exist in their own information bubbles, their beliefs unchallenged and their worldviews increasingly extreme. In such an environment, rational discourse and critical thinking become casualties, replaced by blind conviction and tribalism. So, Dear viewers, we return to our central question: is your TV controlling you? Are we, as passive consumers of the digital stream, being subtly programmed by the content we consume, our thoughts, beliefs and behaviors molded by the invisible hand of the algorithm? The answer, like most things in life, is not a simple yes or no. We are complex beings capable of critical thought and independent decision-making. And yet we cannot deny the profound influence of the media we consume, especially in this age of ubiquitous screens and personalized algorithms. Now let's cast our gaze forward, shall we? Let's peer into the swirling mists of the digital future and contemplate the next stage of this grand simulation. The metaverse, that immersive blend of virtual and augmented reality, promises a level of immersion unlike anything we've experienced before. Imagine stepping through the screen, becoming an active participant in the digital worlds you once only observed. Imagine attending concerts, visiting exotic locales, even interacting face-to-face with loved ones, all from the comfort of your own home. The possibilities seem limitless, but as we venture deeper into this uncharted territory, we must tread carefully, mindful of the potential pitfalls that lie ahead. As the metaverse expands, so too will the power of the algorithms that govern it. These algorithms, fueled by an ever-growing torrent of data, will become even more adept at predicting our desires, curating our experiences, and shaping our perceptions. Imagine a world where your every whim, every preference, every fleeting thought is anticipated and catered to by an invisible digital concierge. Sounds tempting, doesn't it? But at what cost? As our digital and physical realities become increasingly intertwined, the line between our choices and the algorithm's suggestions may become increasingly blurred. In the metaverse, reality itself may become personalized. Imagine stepping into a virtual world tailored specifically to your tastes, your beliefs, your desires. Imagine a world where you are constantly surrounded by people who share your opinions, where your every interaction reinforces your existing worldview. While this might seem appealing at first, it raises a chilling possibility: the fragmentation of reality itself. In a world of personalized realities, how will we bridge the divides between us? How will we engage in meaningful dialogue, challenge our own biases and find common ground? So, dear viewers, as we stand on the cusp of this brave new digital frontier, we are faced with a profound question. Will the metaverse be the ultimate escape, a realm of limitless possibility and boundless pleasure? Or will it become a gilded cage, a hyper-real prison of our own making, where our perceptions are manipulated, our choices constrained, and our connection to the real world slowly eroded? The answer, as always, lies within each of us. It lies in our willingness to question, to challenge, to remain vigilant in the face of seductive illusions. It lies in our ability to remember that true fulfillment, true connection, true meaning are found not in the flickering pixels of a screen, but in the messy, unpredictable, and ultimately beautiful tapestry of human experience. We've journeyed far, haven't we? From the flickering hearth of the television to the swirling vortex of the metaverse, we've explored the seductive illusions and unsettling truths of the grand simulation. We've seen how streaming services, with their personalized algorithms and endless streams of content, shape our perceptions, influence our behaviors, and blur the lines between reality and simulation. But remember, dear viewers, the power ultimately rests with you. You are not merely passive consumers of the digital stream, you have a choice. You can choose to be a conscious consumer, aware of the forces at play, critical of the narratives presented to you, and discerning in your selection of content. You can choose to step outside the echo chamber, to seek out diverse perspectives, to engage in meaningful dialogue with those who hold different views. You can choose to unplug from the matrix, to rediscover the beauty of the offline world, to reconnect with the natural rhythms of life beyond the screen. Remember, the grand simulation, for all its seductive illusions, is just that, a simulation. The real world, with all its complexities, its challenges, its joys and its sorrows, awaits. The choice, dear viewers, is yours.